Hi everyone, I'm Mike from Hobbyit. Today we're diving into magazine 10 of our Middle-earth series to build a Rohan house from foam. I began by designing the house in Blender, then used Inkscape to create plans for printing, which I'll make available on Patreon. With the Proxyon wire cutter and some affordable foam, I started the structure. The foam doesn't take impressions well, but it's cheap and perfect for sturdy frameworks. I also designed a custom jig in Blender which I cut with a laser cutter. It's much better than the original guide that came with the cutter. I'll be sharing these designs on Patreon along with the designs for a 45-degree angle and a 90-degree frame. Now for the gluing. I've tried PVA, Mod Podge and glue sticks, but none worked very well. Hot glue ended up being the best. As you can see from my test, it creates a really strong bond, perfect for assembling the walls and roof. For the roof tiles, I cut thin strips of blue foam and textured them with a wire brush. After cutting them to size, I glued each piece in place, working my way up to the top, finishing with a folded cap piece. For the wood panelling, I cut foam strips to match the height of the wall and then textured them with a wire brush, using circular movements and dabs to create a wood grain and woodworm effect. Once textured, I cut them into various widths of around 5mm. Varying the width slightly gives a more natural, rustic look. I cut plenty to use on other builds too. Once textured, I glued them into place. A layer of Pritt stick works well here. It gives enough working time to slide the planks into position and creates a strong bond once it dries. To hide the exposed ends of the wall, I made longer wood pieces, rounding the edges with a knife and adding texture for some carvings for extra detail. I glued those on with hot glue to finish the structure. Every Rohan house has some form of carving. I went with a simple design from the magazine, though my freehand wire cutting skills definitely need more practice. Here's the completed build, all ready for painting. If you're enjoying the video so far, go ahead and give me a like or let me know what you think in the comments. Now on to painting. Zandri dust is a perfect colour for the roof. I apply it with an airbrush. You can apply the paint directly to the foam, no undercoat needed. The foam absorbs the paint well and forms a strong bond. For the wood sections, I started with a dark grey base coat to fill in the shadows, then dry brush over with a white to bring out the texture. I use Caliban green on the gable ends to add some colour, as Rohan houses often have green accents. I'm using a heavy dry brush here, more of an overbrush really, since I want the main colour to be white. The texture we added to the foam planks gives it that perfect wood-like appearance. And that's it, in just a few hours we've created a great looking Rohan house ready for the battlefield. Thanks so much to all my patrons and supporters. Your feedback, comments and likes make these projects so rewarding. If you'd like to join the fellowship, consider supporting me on Patreon or subscribing as I work my way up to 100,000 subscribers. Until next time, happy modelling.